Hi, I'm Carol Sims, and my husband and I are on the HCG diet. We're on our 9th day, and I wanted to share with you one of the things that we've added to this diet that we think is very beneficial. We own a tea company, and so it's natural that we would drink a lot of tea. And we decided to add the matcha, which we didn't used to normally drink every single day. It was kind of a special thing for us to do. But every day I learn more and more about matcha, how healthy it is for you, and so we decided to add this to our diet. And matcha is actually, when you drink matcha, you're actually eating tea because it's the tea leaf, the finest grade of Sencha Japanese tea that you can get, and it's been ground into tiny, tiny particles. And we're using the musi, which you can see how very tiny it is. You can cook with it, you can drink it, and I'm not going to demonstrate the authentic Japanese ceremony. I'm not even going to call these things by their normal names. I'm just going to show you how I prepare this every morning in a very simple, ordinary way. Okay, first of all, you use a bamboo whisk, and you want to soak it in water for a few minutes to soften it up so that it will last longer. It usually sits on a pedestal right here. We're going to soften it up a little bit. And then this is a matcha bowl that is my favorite. It's an artisan bowl. It's more unusual. Most of the matcha bowls are something like this, which you can actually drink out of as a cup. But I usually am preparing matcha for more than one person, and so I really like this bowl because it has a spout. And then you put your water in this container so you know about how much you have. And we are preparing it at about 165 to 170 degrees. Normally, a lot of the Japanese prepare it at boiling water. There's lots of different schools on what the right temperature is. But this is you get a really smooth cup of tea when you use about 165, 170. Okay, so I'm going to first of all use this Japanese measuring spoon, and I'm going to strain it a little bit more. And one thing I found out is that the matcha is actually very low in calories. It's 3 calories approximately per quarter inch of matcha. So probably, and when I split this cup of tea, we're probably getting about between 5 and 10 calories a person for our diet. And the great thing about this tea is the last few weeks, before they harvest it, they partially shade it, which fools the tea into producing more chlorophyll. And they're finding out that chlorophyll is really, really good for you. So we try to get it all done, and didn't quite get all of it, but that's okay. And I keep the tea in the refrigerator after I open it. Okay, I'm going to pour my water that's the right temperature in there. And then I take my whisk, and I want to prepare this as quickly as possible. And there are many, many schools on how to do this. In the beginning, I'm trying to just rub the bottom of the bowl to try to get all the matcha mixed in, and then I move to the top, and I'm trying to get the tiny, tiny bubbles, not the great big ones that you actually see that I have here, but the tiny ones. And so I'm not the greatest at preparing this. I'm not a professional, but you can always rub away those tiny bubbles at the end. But the faster you do it, the better. And all these things can be purchased at the Tea Embassy, online at teaembassy.com, or at our store in Austin, Texas. And then you see how I love this bowl because I can just pour it into the cups. And then we really like to do a toast before we drink it to the people who have picked these leaves. So here's to the people who've picked these leaves. Enjoy!